Navigating the prophetic realm, seeing numbers and dates is what we're considering here, this powerful edition of the prophetic series. Have you ever seen or noticed the same number repeatedly appearing in your life? Perhaps a particular number or date that keeps catching your eyes. As for me, I've had this experience, and as I mentored prophets from around the world, I've had lots of occasions where colleagues and trainees come to me with their confusion or misery with such experiences. They keep seeing repeated numbers, repeated dates without any information added to them, so to say, and not knowing what to do with the same. So they come to me. So I pose the same question to you. Have you ever experienced that? I have experienced that. Well, these numbers that appear this way, in most cases, and for prophetic people, bear powerful messages with great significance of what God is about to do, that He intends to reveal through you, being prophetic to a people in a particular age. And that's what I want to guide you through, so that you can make the most of these numbers that repeatedly appear or catch the attention of your eyes, so that you can apply what the message embedded in them mean to your life or to the lives of those to which it might be directed to. When you notice these numbers that repeatedly appear in your life, the first thing that it suggests is that you're prophetic, and God's going to be God's in a bid to expose you to a deeper depth in the prophetic realm, where you can navigate and have access to such first-hand details in which numbers and date are part of the prophetic particulars that you are able to access and to prophesy to either yourself or to a prophetic recipient that God will be bringing before you to minister to. So what do we do with these names and numbers in the beginnings as people coming up in the prophetic? That's the question. Before we go deep into that, I want you to understand that you have to start with the significance of specific dates and numbers. You know, specific dates and numbers, when you look at the Bible, when you look at dates and numbers generally, they've got their significance. And we're talking about prophetic people, so we're talking Bible-based here, issues here. So what's the significance of these numbers? That will help you a long way to be able to decode the message conveyed with numbers that appear to you. The next thing is to be able to understand what these specific numbers and date mean in your life. In most cases, you've had a previous experience, leftover experience associated with a particular number or particular date and which may be connected with lots or series of numbers and dates in your life that God wants to now stand upon and give you prophetic messages that can be linked with such experiences or such dates, maybe event or incident that happened with that date, that the moment you see this number in the prophetic realm, you'll be able to relate it with something that had happened in the past, in the physical, whether in your time or before you were born, but that you are in the awareness of this information. You know, the prophetic is seriously systematic. Some people tell me when I teach the prophetic, they say that this thing is scientific. It is because God is science. God is a scientist. Daniel was a scientist in Babylon. Trust you know that, according to Daniel chapter 1. So let's move on here. The point is, what's the significance? What's the connection? What's the relationship with this number and your life? Sometimes it has got a bearing with your age, and your age has a bearing with something. Your date of birth has a bearing with something. There was an event that characterized or came before or followed your wedding or date of birth of your children or twins or something. For instance, let me put it this way. The number 3 may keep appearing and appearing. Maybe somebody standing and 3 keeps appearing. And then your third daughter is by the name Blessing. And then 3 appears instead of Blessing. And you look at the person and you say, do you know anybody by the name Blessing? And the person says, yes, that's my name. Why? You use 3 to dictate the name, decode the name of that person, because your third daughter, yes, goes by the name 3. And seeing 3 on her forehead or beside her tells you that this person is having something that corresponds with the name of your third daughter. But I'm going to go deeper on this. All right, as we move on, so that you'll be able to know how to relate these to peak prophecies accurately for yourself and for others. So the third thing you do with this thing, I want to say that you do research online materials or other kind of materials, to know what these numbers, what connections these numbers have got to do with meanings in the past or meanings associated with such numbers. Usually, and I want to affirm that God speaks through us, the prophets, through things we already know, which, form part of what we have in our residual memory, in our memory bank. So he speaks to us in a language we will understand, something we'd already known, something we can relate with. That's how God speaks. So 1, the significance of the number. 2, associate the number. 3, do what? Research the number. These are the things you do with these numbers. 1, 2, 3 things. Let's move to our next phase of this discussion on seeing names and numbers and then navigating in the spirit realm. We're going to apply these names and numbers, and this is how to do it. When you see certain names and numbers, or particular names and numbers repeatedly appearing in your life or catching your attention or catching your eyes, what you do is you keep a journal of these names and numbers. Over time, there's going to be a kind of matrix or a kind of relationship that will now come to be with respect to how these names and numbers keep popping up. Trust me, a pattern is going to be established. So keeping a journal, that's what you do here. Practical application of seeing names and numbers in the spirit realm. Number 1, practical application, keep a journal. Number 2, emotional meaning of these numbers. I'm trying to say here is that be able to link your emotional state with reference to the said number. When this number pops up or set of numbers pops up, for some persons they keep seeing the same kind of numbers. For some persons, they see this and they see a particular set this time and then a particular set another time, and each of them sends different emotional message. Because of the different emotional message these numbers bring now, you should be able to apply intuition. That is, you should be able to, you will discover that emotionally, intuition, or from your gut, there will be such prompting, that's suggestion when these numbers appear. Let's say this is 7, and when 7 appears, I'm just giving you as an example, 777, maybe into 3 places, and there's a suggestion emotionally through the feeling you're having, intuitively coming forth, perfection. And for the fact that it has appeared 3 times, it means it's perfection. And there's a project on ground, something on ground you laid your hands on, or somebody's laying their hands on, and this is confirmed to be in a perfect state. That's all that this is talking about. Yes, over time you are going to be having to become solidly grounded in being able to apply these and be able to decode the meaning of these numbers that comes emotionally in combination with intuition. And then the third thing you do here is to be able to affirm what revelation you receive about these numbers. There are times these numbers will come and then there will be that kind of discernment that comes, and you have to learn how to affirm them, not being in doubt. Whatever name Adam calls them, God adopted, He created, Adam named. So some revelations, they come and God will give you discernment, and you have to affirm what you are seeing in the realm of the spirit with respect to and connection to what you are, what has just appeared. Affirm it positively, and you will start observing that you'll be accurate with decoding what the names and numbers you see in the realm of the spirit. The time will come that you'll be able to navigate from dates, from numbers to numbers, and dates to dates in the realm of the spirit. But it begins with being awareness, having a high sense of awareness. So conclusively, I want to say that when you see numbers and dates appearing in the spirit, have a positive mindset of somebody who is informed and aware of what what implication these might be coming with, and that God can encapsulate a message in these numbers or dates that you see. And for that reason, the numbers and dates can be decoded. Let's take it that these are codes. Yes, coded information that needs to be decoded. And then intuition, emotion plus intuition will help you to decode some. Discernment will help you to decode others. Research, information gotten from research will help you to decode others. And by so doing, you begin to flourish with meaning or understanding numbers and dates when you see them in the realm of the spirit as you navigate the spirit realm. To be able to do this seriously, with accuracy and precision, you need to have your prophetic senses activated. Sure. That makes the whole process very easy because you want to see them. You also want to be able to perceive information surrounding what you're seeing. You also want to be able to feel anything in the air surrounding what you're seeing. The numbers and dates you're seeing in the realm of the spirit. And if your prophetic senses are not activated, you will not be able to pick or decode that. As a result of that, you need to progress in your prophetic depth so as to be able to maximize such revelations, such appearance or occurrence. And that becomes a secret that helps you. And this is what brings you to seek out a mentor, somebody who is trusted enough for you to now share with, to help you with, to guide you with meanings of what you're seeing in the initial stage. So you compare it to what you are receiving as your own meaning of the dates and numbers you are seeing. And then eventually you come to a place where mastery is attained. That's what it means. To take your prophetic work to a deeper depth and to be able to do these things seamlessly, sign up with me for a certificate course in forensic prophecy at the Shiloh School of Seers online, where I mentor prophets from around the world. Many prophets have been mentored from around the world, and their prophetic work has been taken to prophetic depth has been totally transformed. You too will testify to the goodness of God when you do. To sign up, pick the WhatsApp contact in front of you here on the screen or in the pinned comment. The Leader Ministries here on YouTube, and chat us up on WhatsApp, and we'll guide you through the process of signing up. See you in the Shiloh School of Seers. Receive the power to be able to decode the names or numbers or dates that appear to you.